Hey guys, a very good evening to all my crypto believers. So, have you all been curious about what's happening in the market? Don't you worry, the CoinMonks got you covered. Okay, so before starting with our updates, let's quickly quote today's headlines. Intel is all set to launch its Bitcoin mining chips. Redditor stashes away BTC worth $100 for 100 years in public library. Indian FM says crypto taxation is sovereign right. Digital Yuan transactions overtakes Visa during Beijing Winter Olympics. So let's start off with our refresh feed. Firstly, Intel aims to develop blockchain technology by using scalable and sustainable solutions. Argo Blockchain, Block, and Grid have already become Intel's customers. Intel claims to outperform SHA 256. Let's have a look at what exactly happened. With all the big companies stepping into the world of crypto and blockchain technology, Intel has also announced on its official website that the company is ready to play its part in blockchain development by transforming the technology into something sustainable. Intel is planning to do so with the help of energy-efficient accelerators and will also engage and promote an open and secure blockchain ecosystem. In this message, Intel has acknowledged that blockchain can empower content creators to own what they are creating. A few days earlier, Lens Protocol took a similar stance when they shared their plan of creating user-owned social platforms. Intel will be shipping their accelerator this year. They already have Argo Blockchain, Block, and Grid infrastructure on board as customers who share the same sustainable goals as Intel. The company is aware of the mass computing power required by blockchains. To fulfill their customers' request to leverage scalability and sustainability, they have included their architecture on a tiny piece of silicon. Intel has also claimed its Bitcoin mining chip. It says, "We expect that our circuit innovations will deliver a blockchain accelerator that has over 100x better performance per watt than mainstream GPUs for SHA 256 based mining." SHA 256 is generally used for cryptographic security and contains 6 hash functions and digests. However, Intel says it can outperform SHA 256 as it has invested decades to source reliable cryptography, hashing techniques, and ultra-low voltage circuits. So moving ahead with our next segment, interestingly, a Redditor has locked $100 worth of Bitcoin in a public library somewhere in Europe until 2122 in a fun and fortune-telling experiment. Let's have a look at what's getting cooked. In Bitcoin realm, there is never a boring moment. Despite the fact that markets are calling for a downturn, the Bitcoin community's intensiveness ensures that there is always something new to laugh about. With a time-lapse challenge, a Redditor named Optimal Dentistator questioned the Bitcoin network's sustainability yesterday. The lifelong experiment was sparked by recent events hosted by OD's city's public library, which will remain anonymous at OD's desire. There was an event where you could write something for 100 years, such as letter, poetry, or a journal. If you include some personal information on the envelope, they will attempt to locate surviving relatives to deliver to it. OD chose to include something unique in the time capsule, specifically the public and private key data for 0.003 BTC, which is around $100 today. OD joked that it is a bit like discovering the Bitfinex hack amount of money in a letter in today's society. In connection with the Bitfinex incident, the Department of Justice just confiscated $3.6 billion. So, with that being said, our next headline is Nirmala Sitharaman, India's finance minister, came out swinging, claiming that Bitcoin taxes are a sovereign right and corrective measure. Let's have a look at what they're up to. While profits derived from cryptocurrency transactions have been taxed, Sitharaman made it plain that nothing has been done at this time to legalize, outlaw, or delegalize it. Sitharaman also addressed concerns about the future of cryptocurrencies in the nation, saying that any final decisions on banning digital currencies will only be made after extensive engagement with all stakeholders. Sitharaman made her remarks in the Rajya Sabha in response to the queries concerning cryptocurrency taxes and legislation, which were included in the recently announced Union Budget 2022. Sitharaman also stated that cryptocurrencies would be taxed in order to prevent the opposing political party from alleging that no action was done despite the fact that the virtual asset has generated a substantial amount of wealth. India agreed to regulate cryptocurrencies on February 1, 2022 by imposing a 30% tax on revenue derived from digital asset transactions. Some proponents of digital currencies were relieved by the news as they had hoped that the introduction of a proper tax system would at least protect the crypto business from some of the harsher measures that the government had been mulling. In other events, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das repeated the bank's negative position towards cryptocurrency adoption on Wednesday, saying that private cryptocurrencies constitute a huge danger to India's financial and macroeconomic stability as well as RBI's capacity to cope with the same. So, wrapping up with our final segment for today, according to a Wall Street Journal story published on Wednesday, the number of transactions utilizing the digital Yuan much outnumbered Visa at the opening ceremony of 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. Let's find out more about this along with some stats. Athletes and tourists can use cash, Visa cards, or digital Yuan to conduct purchases at the Olympic Village during the Beijing Winter Olympics. Many companies that support the digital renminbi are outside the isolation zone, and there are numerous self-service devices on site during the Winter Olympics that allow visitors to exchange fiat cash for digital renminbi, minimizing human-to-human interaction and successfully restricting COVID-19 spread. According to the Beijing 2022 Olympics Organizing Committee, paying with digital Yuan instead of cash can effectively limit direct contact between individuals and the possibility of COVID-19 spreading. Although Alipay and WeChat Pay, the two most popular mobile payment services in China, have become universally recognized payment methods by the general population. According to relevant personnel, the digital Yuan or DCEP might be disastrous for prominent mobile payment sites, citing the platform's stickiness and wide-ranging lifestyle offers as reasons they might survive despite the benefits of a government-backed digital currency. However, because of an exclusive arrangement with visas for the Winter Olympics, athletes and tourists may only trade with Visa cash, Visa cards, or digital Yuan in the Olympic Village. So we would now wind up with the assessment for today evening and meet you all tomorrow with even more interesting stuff. Until then, you may consider joining our Telegram channel for free crypto signals. Visit our blog linked below for guides, reviews, and tutorials, and subscribe to the channel and get daily updates about the crypto market. Lastly, with this little favor of CoinMonks, we hope you stay updated. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.